Hello everyone, here we are yet again for another episode of Brittany Dawn Internet History. This is episode 5. Now, I understand that we were all convinced by the people in my comment section who did not like that I was making this series. They said, you don't have a life. You need a life. You need to find something to do outside of these videos because this is all you care about. This is all you're doing. You have nothing better to do. And we were all convinced that that was true. And then I was gone. And I took a day off. I took a day off from the internet history lessons because unfortunately I do have other things to do. I do have a life outside of this. Oh, I know, it's crazy. But anyway, here we are. This is episode 5. This is about Nico the pit bull. This is an active Instagram account. It hasn't been posted on since 2018, but I took this screenshot at 8:05 p.m. It is now 8:08 p.m. This is still up. All of the comments are turned off. You cannot comment on any of these photos, but hello world, my name is Nico, a pit bull who loves hard, a big brother to a mini doxy. My mom is beat-on fit. So let's talk about Nico. Brittany and Dawn adopted Nico in 2018, in January-ish of 2018, and she announced, hello, I got here on a flight from Georgia. I'm here to meet my forever mom. Everything's great. And she had him until November-ish, November, December. Basically, Brittany Dawn sent him to a training facility, and the only real time she addressed this was in a YouTube video where she said that he was like really high energy and they weren't exactly vibing, so he needed a little bit of training. Immediately, people are a little bit suspicious of this because my mom is beat-on fit. You're a fitness influencer. You have a pit bull, like notoriously high energy dogs. You didn't think that this would be, like, you didn't think Nico would be high energy, and he is, and you're a fitness influencer and you're finding him too high energy for you. Like, this is something you're struggling with. Is it that, or is there, like, is it just that you don't want him anymore? Like, his shine has worn off, you're over it, you don't want to put in the work to take care of him and give him the life, the exercise, the regimen that he needs. Anyway, she sends Nico to Bevel Dog Behavior in November. And from what we understand, this is all alleged, but like based on what we've heard from that facility, Brittany basically abandoned him. Like, she dropped him off for training and then just didn't come to pick him up. And in May of 2019, there was a rescue organization, I don't know if it's a rescue, but they're an animal organization called the Love Pit, and they were working with Brittany to try and rehome this dog. According to them, they were working with her for 5 days, and then she ghosted them. So, to summarize this, anyway, to put this in simpler terms, in November, Brittany dropped off Nico at a training facility. She never picked him up. The owner of the training facility was like, hey, your dog is here, like, you need to come get him, we can't keep him forever, you need to come get your dog. She works with a company called the Love Pit for 5 whole days before ghosting them in an attempt to rehome Nico because she does not want to take him back. And apparently, she adopted him out to someone on Craigslist. Now, I've seen people criticize this a lot and say, like, Craigslist is not a place to rehome your pets. That's not okay. That's, like, the worst thing in the world. And I think she should have done it differently. I think that if she was already working with an organization to rehome him, like, why not trust the process? Give it a little bit of time. You already had something in the works. So why was there such a rush to just be like, okay, whatever, like, I'll rehome him to somebody on Craigslist? But at the same time, I got my dog off of Craigslist 11 years ago, and so I know that there can be successful adoptions. Like, I'm a good pet parent. I love my little Libby girl. She's not so little. She's old. She's a little old lady. But I got her off of Craigslist in 2014. So, like, you can find good owners on Craigslist. That can be a successful way to rehome a pet. But in this instance, it was not, because in 2024, there is a woman, her name is Michaela, and she actually works with the dog rescue, and she was called, I think she was called in by somebody else, like somebody had reported seeing a pit bull on a construction site, and they were like, hey, like, we think this dog's been abandoned, we just want to let you know. And Michaela went and saw this dog and rescued him, and talked about how this dog was emaciated, like his skin looked horrible. She didn't think that if he had been out there for one more night that he would have made it through the night. He had a pretty big like lump on him that they ended up having to get tested and drained. She was like, this dog is in horrible condition. We found a microchip. It's still linked to the original owner, Brittany Dawn. So, something that I'm going to say, this is all alleged, is that we don't know who ended up abandoning this dog, but apparently when Brittany rehomed the dog, Nico, to this family on Craigslist, I think about a day later, they came back and they were like, hey, this is not a good fit for our family. We want to give the dog back. And they had contacted the owner of Bevel Dog Behavior, and they were trying to like work it out with him. And he's like, this is not my dog. Like, I'm not taking this dog back. You got to work it out with Brittany. Like, this is not my responsibility, essentially. And so we don't know if they like rehomed him or what ended up happening, but at some point he ended up abandoned and in horrible, awful, like just devastating condition. So Michaela is like raising money on this GoFundMe and just like updating everybody, because when she announced that like we found this dog and it was actually linked to Brittany Dawn and she has a really kind of wild history with animals, like this is a lot of people were very invested, a lot of people were interested in like donating to the GoFundMe, sharing Michaela's post, talking about Nico, all of these things. And while all this is happening, Brittany is in Colorado with her girl gang, Farron, Kelly, Emma. They don't really hang out with Emma anymore. That's a whole thing in and of itself. But Brittany's in Colorado. She's having a great time. She's talking about like how she's going to be posting more content about how they're trying to conceive. She's going to do an update, all of this stuff. And the only kind of response we get regarding, hey, they found Nico, like he's in awful condition and you should probably care about this, was like, I didn't abandon him, and the people who know the truth know that, but of course the internet always wants to twist things. That's it. I think people would have really appreciated, I mean, like, I saw somebody be like, stop talking about what you would do, nobody cares. Well, this is how I tell a story. If that were me, if I had rehomed a pet because I simply could not handle them, and they were found emaciated and close to death, I would care. I would be like, oh my gosh, do they need anything? Can I help? But like, there's literally a GoFundMe. Can I donate? What do you guys need? How can I make this like how can I contribute to getting Nico healthy, back on his feet, and in a good position? But Brittany did not. She just said like, the internet wants to twist it. I didn't abandon him, which is nothing. Like, that's not helpful at all. So anyway, long story short, long story long, because it's me. Nico was fostered after he got healthy, like on the path to being healthy. He was fostered out to a medical foster family, and then they did end up adopting him. So Nico is good. He is healthy. He is recovered. Shout out to the Brittany Dawn Snark subreddit. I feel like I don't shout them out enough. I'm totally a lurker there, and I've seen a lot of people mention them in my comment section. I so appreciate all the time and effort that community puts into documenting things, getting screenshots, like focusing on details, and like they're amazing, and they're also very, very kind to me. So thank you so much for being so kind to me. But yeah, like I am a proponent of the Brittany Dawn Snark subreddit. And so Nico's new owners will post updates on Nico there. So that is the tale of Nico. I think in terms of dogs, those are like the biggest controversies, or not in terms of dogs, in terms of pets, like Harley and now Nico. And there are a few other things that we'll talk about. Those will be in a singular update, like multiple kind of pets all wrapped into one video to round that out, and then we are moving on to fostering.